Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome to Tech's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and let's continue with our Let's Play for Endless Space. And this is the Season 2.5 Sower Edition. So, we're up to speed finally on this series after the kind of the false start on the 2.0 series. So anyway, I apologize for a little bit of the gap since the last episodes, but as y'all know, I was on vacation, things like that. So let's try to go ahead and move along a little bit here. And where we last left off, a couple things. Thanks for all the great comments, suggestions, ideas, and all that. A couple things I wanted to cover real quick, and part of it is because I know probably at least half of you guys that are watching this series have probably played the game more than I have, so you're kind of watching me and probably pulling your hair out from time to time. But I'm sure there's probably a few people that may happen up on this series who haven't bought the game yet, who kind of want to check it out, see what's going on, see if it's something they'd like, or maybe they're people who maybe are actually less experienced than me, those like one or two people out there. But anyway, a couple things that I was informed on, and in particular, I got a good email from, I think it was Jacko. I appreciate that. A couple things I wanted to point out that I was making some kind of mistakes on is, in particular, in regards to these luxury resources here. What was pointed out to me, and it was kind of something that I kind of, as weird as it sounds, I kind of subconsciously knew, but I wasn't acknowledging it for whatever reason, is with these luxury resources, when they're grayed out like this, that typically what that's meaning is that it is available on that planet, it is there. However, in order for you to take advantage of it, there's usually a requirement, typically always a research requirement, in order for you to actually take advantage of that resource. So for instance, if you look here, this is a nice bonus. It's a plus 20 approval, plus 2 money per population. It's, however, requires containment fields, which I obviously don't have. So if you go into the research and you look for containment fields, which the easiest way to do it is over here, containment fields. Let's see if this, there we go. There's containment fields. So you can see that in order for me to get containment fields, and if you have it right here with this one, you can see the luxury resource exploitation for those different ones. You can see that I would have to research like what, there is no quick way. Either you're going 7, 16, 35, or you're going 7, 16, 35. So it would just be a decision of whether you want to get the shielding here, or if you want to get the movement and Arctic. So I mean, either one is pretty good. It's nice that you get the bonus over here. This is advanced magnetics drive, so that's pretty good. But anyway, in order to get there, I would have to, that's a lot of turns to get there. So early game, trying to colonize a planet that has it maybe isn't always the best move. But however, there's some of them, for instance, like the blue cap mold here. If we look at that, it's xenology. I'm gonna say xenology. That one is right here, 3 turns. So you can get that actually fairly quick. But we don't have that one colonized anyway, and I'm not really sure that it's worth it on this one. This is one of those ones I'm not really sure about because it's irradiated, which is a bad anomaly, so to speak. And, well, yeah, it is a planet anomaly, not so to speak. It is an anomaly tech. But it's minus 20 approval and then minus 1 food and science. The blue cap gives you a plus 10 approval, so it offsets it by 10 in the food, but I don't think it offsets enough. I'm not really sure about that. I'd be curious to see what some of you guys think on that one. But I don't think it'd be worth it to colonize it because you're taking such a penalty hit. I don't know. Plus, I'm taking the 25% hit for Huge Desert right now. For Desert, yeah. So I don't know about that. And see, if we look at some of these other ones, like for instance this concrete artifacts one here, That one requires personal shielding, which personal shielding I think is up here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. Look at that, 382 turns. Get some. Not to mention everything to get there. So, yeah, that's, I mean, it's... Alright, what do we got going on here? Let's just double check what we... Okay, so the exploitation for this is still going. And then... over here... Now see, I got colonize lures too, but actually, it's not worth it because I'm not going to get this anytime soon. So actually, I want to cancel that. I don't want to colonize that. I mean, I'm better off colonizing one of these other ones. Well, not that. Look at the production on that, though. 10. Minus 20. It's going to be hard to keep that planet happy. And this one's kind of a nice balance, 444, but... Let me think about that for a minute. I'll come back to that in just a minute. So anyway, yeah, this ship here, we have him moving. I think we want him to move down here so we can kind of map out some of that. On our research... Let me pause this for a second because I'm going to cough. Alright, I'd rather pause that than edit. Sorry. We have this, which is the... Okay, that's the desert one, so that'll take care of the desert penalty here in 7 turns when that gets done, which is fine. I think I'm going to get this next because this increases the food, which in turn increases the, food goes to increase happiness and population and everything, so anything you can do food is good. So I'm just going to cue that to kick in after that, and then we'll look at stuff after that. That would be good too, but yeah, okay. We'll just stick with those two for right now. Okay, and then we don't have enough money to hire another governor for that other system or anything. We're rebuilding a factory ship, okay, is in progress. We still got a little while on that yet. Here we have the exploitation in progress. So there's really not much else we can do. So let's go ahead and end a turn here. Go ahead and move this guy. Now if you recall in that last episode, we saw one of the other races. He kind of came through Zubin and headed out this way. So one thing that's interesting is you can see the wormhole setup. So if the galaxy is set up the way I think it is, and I think somebody in the comments said maybe I was off on it, but my understanding with the 2 arm thing or whatever was that there's basically going to be one set of planets and then an arm and then another set of planets. I thought was kind of what the deal would be. I could be wrong, but one thing that makes it kind of strange, like someone said that's kind of dangerous, is that I'm positioned right here in the middle on the arms. So for this guy to, say, get through to the other side, so to speak, he's going to come through me, and for all those guys, they're going to come through me. So I'm kind of like, instead of me sitting out here on the end like this guy is, I'm like right in the middle. So that could make things a little dangerous. Let's go ahead and end another turn real quick. Get him down here so we can map out some of this down here and see what's going on. Let's end one more. I hate going through turns like that without doing anything, but there's nothing for me to do right this minute because I have research in progress and I'm waiting for, the construction times suck right now. I need to look at the research for ways to speed up some construction times. Which I think is going to be stuff like... Like the production stuff over here, like over here, like some of that stuff, which actually I'll put that unlocks the titanium 70 so you can find it, so actually I want to put that next. Get some of that stuff so our construction times are terrible. I mean, taking like 20 turns to build a freaking factory ship, it's nuts. Alright, let's take a look at this real quick. Meteor strikes. I'm gonna guess and say that would be bad. Not a lot of people would want to live on a planet that has meteor strikes. Look at that. I love little touches like that. Look, you actually see the meteors hitting. Yeah. I'm thinking that's not a good place to live. Okay, we got Voidstone, and that's the containment fields thing, which is a pretty good reach to get to. However, it does have rich soil already, which is nice, and it has a good population possibility. So that's actually not that's a pretty good planet right there, actually. EM radiation would probably be bad. And it's a pretty small population. This large ocean one is kind of nice. The numbers are all pretty solid on both of those, actually. Those are two pretty good planets, actually. I like them. I may like them better than... what's the Molten Springs? I don't know, this one's pretty good for money making. That's 7, and then you got this other one over here, which is not too bad at a 4. Dustlow. Actually, this one's a 7. These two planets, Libra 1 and Libra 2, are pretty good, even though I take a hit on this one. These are pretty good. I mean, I'm gonna get some. I can get some serious money rolling out of this. I think I like it better than Zubin. I mean, Zubin has this high approval rating planet with 6 money. That's pretty good too. But these other ones I'm not too crazy about. Although they do have a high research for science. Yeah, man, that's a tough call. I mean, I'm gonna get that one colonized ship done, the one factory ship, and it's like, which one do I send it to? Let's go ahead and have this guy check this out real quick since it's pretty close. Yeah, I don't know which one to jump on first. I mean, my instinct is if I don't jump on these ones, I'm gonna end up getting shut out because they're right on the, you know, they're kind of like roadblock systems. This one's kind of more out of the way. I mean, nobody's going to come over and colonize this one right away. I don't think anybody's down here. I mean, there could be some other systems down here, but I'm thinking we're getting pretty close. I mean, what's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, so there's maybe like 5 more. And you would think at least a couple of those are over here where that guy's at. Let's go ahead and intern. It's a tough decision. I don't know which one of those to go towards. Yeah. Okay, this system's pretty much a complete waste. I mean, this is a low population lava planet, which is never that great. This is a medium area, which is fair, but I mean, it's nothing special worth colonizing a system. And this one's an irradiated planet again, so that whole system's pretty much a waste. Okay, and that doesn't connect, so you'd have to go through that way. So let's send him down here and check out down there as we keep mapping here. Let's end one more turn. I think I can get another governor now, which, well, maybe not. I forget how much it is on the second go round. I think it's double. Let's take a look. Yeah, they're 80. Okay, so I only got half. Because I'm thinking about hiring this guy here. He does have some administrator skills. I was thinking about hiring H.3 to put on Aldebaran here. Okay, 2 more turns till that's done, and then I can start something at least. And that should speed up help me on production a little bit. Yeah. Level up for Lurhanmos. Yeah. That's a robot name for you. Labor is what I want. I want labor because that goes towards industry. Yep. There we go. Hopefully that speeds up some construction times a little bit. Still got 6 turns on that. Let's end 1 more turn. Looks like our research is about to be done, I think. There we go. Okay, so we need to look at what we're going to put out next. 16 turns. Good night. Oh, and that's one thing. Let's fix this real quick. I want to go ahead and get this in on this episode. I want to modify this. There's a few people gave me some comments on our destroyer replicant. It's so great. It's so great how they made this look so much like the replicators on SG-1. Anyway, somebody had asked me too about they didn't quite understand looking at this, and I'm probably sure I don't fully understand it myself. But what it is you have your 3 different upgrade areas for your ship down here. This is your ship, and they're showing you everything that's on it. And then down here on the left, you have your different upgrade sections. So you have weapons, and in weapons you have 3 types of weapons in this game. You have kinetic, which is like bullet weapons, obviously, ballistic type stuff. You have beam weapons, and you have missile weapons. That's your 3 types. So this first row here isn't actually weapons. It's the categories. It's kind of weird because they make the buttons look like actual items, but they're not. This is just the categories, and then as you get choices, they filter out to the right here. So as you can see, beam, for instance, I don't have any beam weapon options. But missile, I do have an option here, ion torpedoes. However, if you look there, the requirement is titanium 70, which I don't have yet. However, if I get that one research done here shortly, I'll be able to see planets that have titanium 70 and then maybe jump on one. And generally, if I see a planet that has titanium 70, even if a lot of the other stuff on the planet sucks, I'll probably colonize it anyway, because the titanium 70 really comes into play with some of the advanced weapons and shield type stuff. And then the kinetic here, you can see I have hard kinetics, and then over here, this is the stuff that you have outfitted that is beyond just like default nothing or whatever. Because I guess you really don't get any freebies, do you? So, yeah. Because, yeah, everything that you don't have anything on is 0. But then you can see here for kinetic, I have the hard kinetics or whatever. So it gives me a military power 56, and it shows that it's 49 tonnage on your tonnage loadout. So I have high isotope plating right now, which is pretty good, and then I have some hard kinetics guns. Now what I could do, I don't have anything there. Let's see, under defense, I've already got the high isotope platings already equipped. I did have layered hulls, but we're upgraded. Our ships are upgraded from that. Here we have a option of adding predictive plating, actually. And I'm going to go ahead and add that. And that puts our tonnage up to 97. I've had conflicting people tell me different things. Some people say the tonnage thing, it doesn't matter if you max it all the way out. And I've had other people say if you max it all the way out, it seems like somebody told me that you got a penalty somehow. But that doesn't really make sense. I think the tonnage is just there to, I mean, that's the limit. That's the most stuff you can throw on that particular hull design. So, I mean, I'm pretty much maxed out at this point. I mean, if I was to get, you know, missiles or, you know, something else, I wouldn't be able to put it on this particular ship type. But as you research ships, you can get different hull designs and do some neat stuff. So anyway, I'm going to add the predictive plating on there and apply. And then so now we have a Defender 3, which, I mean, I guess I could have renamed that, but we'll rename when we get some serious upgrades. So, but before we started building even, I wanted to make sure I had this one ready, which you can look and see that the kinetic attack value is 56, the deflect defense is 36, so it has a little bit of offense and defense, and so that's pretty decent. Does that, I wonder, one thing I wanted to check is, okay, no, it doesn't. I was wondering to see if by lowering your tonnage, does it increase your speed? No. Yeah. Okay, then make sure that's still right. Right, 25 plus 25 hit points. That was the shielding that I added. Okay, yep, that all looks good. Okay, there we go. I said it. Alright, so we're looking pretty good there. Let's check out what's going on down here. Oh, hey, that actually shoots all the way down there, doesn't it? Rigel. A permanent monsoon. You gotta love some of the things they came up with on this game. The good news, this is a water-rich planet and therefore a great value to agriculture. The bad news, this water is generally delivered horizontally in your face by gale force winds. Tides and winds, unfortunately, also provide ready sources of wet energy. Yeah. So you get a +2 food, but people really don't like living in that. So, and then we have some other things here. There's another personal shielding. And non-baryonic particles. Wow, that's a huge bonus. Non-baryonic particles. I think that one's... it's right there. So it would be like... I already got that selected. I could go 7 and then 35. That's I mean, that's some long-term research. I mean, a lot of that stuff you're not going to hit for a little while. You get a -15, so it definitely overcomes the planet type modifiers. I mean, this planet's not too bad, even with the permanent monsoon. It's not that bad, but micro factories. Another innovation of the endless. Some of the planets were sown with these dust-built millimeter scale factories that convert mineral solids into nutrient chains for crops. Adaptive or trainable to a wide range of ecosystems, they are an enormous boon to food production and agricultural labor. That's a pretty good little planet right there, actually. I don't think I would develop this system, though, before, like, this one, or... Libra and Semi are my two that I'm considering, and I'm even though I might like Semi a little more, I'm leaning towards going to Libra just because it's like a choke point one for these wormholes right here. I mean, basically, I'm gonna have to get Zubin too at some point probably, and then I'll have the choke points of all this coming in. But I guess I need to send him down here to check out what's going on that. Okay, so we're done with that. Oh, we were done with it, weren't we? So I need to... 17 turns. Well, I don't want to do any of those. And I don't want to colonize that or these little small plant. I just don't think this blue cap offsets the irradiated bonus. I just don't think it's... I think I'm just going to put a defender, even though it's going to take 17 turns. Just... Okay, we finished that. Excellent. Alright. we're starting to actually make a little bit of progress. 5 more turns on our factory, and then we'll be setting up a new system. Let's end 1 more turn. We've mapped out a decent little bit of an amount. The thing that's probably got me the most concerned is that our construction times are taking so long, and we have like no defense whatsoever right now. I mean, one of these guys could come rolling in with like 3 scout ships with some freaking bazookas strapped on the hood and take us out. So that's a slight concern that I have right now. But it is pretty early game. I mean, we're only 14 turns in, and I kind of vaguely remember from my last LP that I did, I kind of vaguely remember it was the same way, in that early game for the first 20 or 25 turns, you're just kind of trying to get going and colonize a system or two, and then, you know, then it really starts turning then after a little while. I kind of remember that from last time, so let's end 1 more turn. And then, okay, that's excellent. So now we can get the Titanium 70 research in 2 turns and get that done with. So that's good. Let's go ahead and end 1 more quick one here. Get out to that planet so we can see what's going on, hopefully. Okay, so it ends there. Man, that is quite a haul out to this planet. Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, I don't really see this as being something I'm going to go after necessarily. That's a long haul out of there. So again, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is on the other side of the wormhole, so that's 11. So there's about 5, 11, 12. I didn't count this one. So 12. Alright, so I'm going to send him back to... I'm going to send him back to Libra right now. Have him sit there. Nobody can get to this without going through my areas, so to speak, so I'll see what's going on. Well, actually my scope isn't quite big enough there, but let's end 1 more turn. Titanium 70 has been identified in the galaxy. Excellent. And there is one on Simi and Rigel, it looks like. It's on this little bitty one right here. Well, that might have just changed my mind then. I may go here instead of Libra first. Rigel. It's on the monsoon planet. Excellent. Yeah. I'm thinking take this system first, colonize... No, wait. Was it this one? Let's see, 5... Colonize this planet first. This large arid with the rich soil. Colonize it, and then colonize this one right after. And then we get some good population cooking here, and then we get the Titanium 70 from here. And it's real close to our main systems, so that's a bonus as well, because then it's easier to protect. I mean, because it's a very small jump from right here. So I think we're gonna get that first. And we're gonna have to set up our research, so I think I'm gonna end this episode right here. And on our next episode, if any of you guys have suggestions, if you have a suggestion for what I should be researching first, feel free. I'll kind of show you here. If you want to look, you can pause it always and look and see where I'm at. I have the N-wave fusion. I could go for the neural robotics here and go to non-baryonic, and then that would Well, I'm not going to do that so early, though. I think that's way too many turns. It's less than from 35 to 28 with some of the stuff I've been doing. I need to get a couple things done to get some of the production and research times down is what I really need to get. Like this one right here, probably. This would probably help. That's only one turn. I'm going to go ahead and get that. I mean, that's one turn. So, here. I'll do it and get it out of the way. There we go. Or actually, that's the ship. Our factory ship's done. Okay, so we have one more turn on the. Okay, so we'll go ahead and end it right there, and then, like I said, on the next turn, the very first things we got to do is sort our research out, move our factory ship. Where I'm saying probably to semi is what I'm going to do, and. What's our production time on the defenders here? 8 turns. That's not bad. So we can start popping out a couple defenders to get our defenses built up just a little bit. And we're not too far also from being able to hire another governor. We're at 77, so about one more turn we'll be able to do that. So we'll have a lot going on right at the beginning of the next episode. So go ahead and move him. Alright, there we go. Well, any suggestions, ideas, questions you have, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and we'll have the next episode coming very soon. Thanks.